Halo, halo, halo. Welcome back to PAS Podcast AFLATEEN Smanta. First of all, I would like to thank the viewers for joining us today, and I want to ask you guys, how are you guys doing? Have you guys eaten? Have you guys drank? Cause grab your snack and popcorns, as this episode will be a long one. So today, for today's episode, I am Casey, episode host of today's episode, and here we are joined by our lovely guests. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Jawahar and Majid, and I came all the way from Qatar.
Wiz.
My name is Logan Cochran, and I also came all the way from Qatar.
Yay. Just give an applause. Okay, so before we get into the actual topic of today's podcast, I want to ask you guys, how are you guys doing? Because lately it's been so hot. I also feel hot because of the weather. What do you guys think?
We're used to it.
Oh yeah, in Qatar,
we're used
right?
to, yeah, it's much hotter. Like at least here we can walk around.
Uh-huh.
We can't walk around there.
Really?
But now you can.
Oh,
but like
yeah?
we're used to this, so it's fine.
So it's
We're
fine.
we're right at home,
Really?
Yeah.
It's even hotter in Qatar. But
right? Yeah.
you said that you can walk around Qatar. Is it that hot? Do you guys like need an umbrella to walk around or something?
we don't use umbrellas, but like in July and August, it's really hard to walk around. Like you're not gonna see anyone walking around.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that hot?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we have no rain. So you guys, you at least have rain.
Yeah,
we don't have
we
rain.
do. Not at all.
No.
It's really rare to have
Very
rain
rare.
in Qatar.
If there is rain, then there's people dancing outside.
Must be a happy thing to
Yes.
happen
Yeah.
for rain to happen in Qatar. And besides, how are you guys? You said that in July and in August, right? If it never rains in Qatar,
Not never, but
rarely. Yeah, rarely, right? But actually, I want to say that climate change has happened around the world, and one of the impacts that it has made on Pontianak, especially, is that when we think of summer, it's always June, July, and August.
Yeah.
But this year in Pontianak, when I was about to shoot a short film, in July, it rained so heavy that we had to delay the shooting hours. What do you guys think? Has climate change impacted Qatar or your area?
I can mention something that happened like a few years ago. Basically, let's say, for example, it rains like 7 times a year.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
we had like a day where it rained that one day of rain equaled like 10 days of rain.
10 days
Like
straight.
yeah, like that one day there was
Uh-huh.
so much rain. It was basically the equivalent of 7 days of rain. So
Ah.
it was a disaster. There was flooding everywhere. Malls were like leaking water.
Really?
Even I remember there was so much water with electricity. Like a young boy, he passed away. Yeah. So it was really bad.
Your personal experience with climate change?
Sure. Well, I think, like many places around the world, we have increasing temperatures. And
That's true.
since Qatar is already very hot, that increasing temperatures makes things more challenging.
Yes.
But fortunately, we have a lot of resources. So we find like air conditioning is available even in bus stops,
Yeah,
for example.
uh-huh.
So you're not waiting in the heat. And there are some regulations. You can't work if it's above a certain temperature outdoors.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how it works in Qatar?
Yes.
Like above certain temperatures, you guys aren't allowed to go to work.
Outdoor. If you work outdoors.
I understand.
Yes.
If you work outdoors, that's actually a really nice, considerate regulation, in my opinion. Hearing about it, it's yeah, it's really good in my opinion. And also, regarding climate change, what do you guys know about climate change? What I know about climate change is that it's a increasing or a change of temperature in an area. Like what we talked about. Like for you, example, it's so hot you can't even walk outside. For me, it rained in July, like that, right? we've actually covered climate change a lot in this channel, just because it's a very, general and relevant topic to talk about. But synonym of climate change is global warming, right? You guys know global warming? It has it has actually changed its name to global boiling. So the fact that it has changed its name from warming to boiling indicated that our Earth has gone more hotter than it usually is. Would you guys agree?
100%.
Yeah, especially in Qatar, because you guys said that this Pontianak is just not as hot as Qatar.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how hot Qatar would be if I ever visited. Honestly, right?
Visit us in February and January.
February and January would be a nice weather.
Yeah, really nice. Really, really nice.
Really nice. Not as hot as like usual temperatures.
No, it's cold.
Oh, cold.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Cold for you, maybe. It won't be cold for me, maybe. It will be just this.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. And
How
also,
cold is your winter in Pontianak?
Really?
How cold does it get here?
How cold? I think, like I mentioned, in July it rained really heavily. But usually every day we would get like random days where it's all cloudy, and like today it randomly rained. Right? We weren't expecting rain today, but it randomly rained. How cold it gets? Sometimes it makes you freeze, but not like freeze. Just like, oh, it's nice. It feels nice to be cold like that, not like freezing cold.
Yeah.
I think in Qatar it's just like nice cold, not freezing cold.
We do have some days where I feel like it's freezing. Honestly,
Really?
for me, I feel like some days are freezing.
Really?
Yeah, but last year I don't remember one day it was freezing, but the year before, yeah.
Oh my god. Maybe I really should visit Qatar in January and February.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take care of it.
Yeah. Maybe I can visit you guys.
Yes.
I don't know. Right? And talking about climate change, after we've known that climate change is a very relevant topic as it indicates our place of living getting worse in temperatures, I want to ask you guys, what have you guys done personally that could contribute to make your surrounding better, your environment better? Like, for example, for me, I always bring my tumbler so that I don't buy plastic bottles. What do you guys do? Maybe you guys don't eat out. Maybe you guys have lunch. Maybe?
I wish I could give you a great answer.
No, it's fine.
But
Little
like,
things matters.
I try to use my also,
Tumbler, like
yeah.
water bottle.
but then I forget sometimes.
No, it's okay. Humans make mistakes.
even like carpooling, I wish we would see more of that in Qatar, but there's no carpool. There's no.
Maybe it would
you-
melt.
And like even walking, you can't really do that in Qatar.
Yeah, you also said that. But public transportation,
Within
is that available in Qatar?
it is very available,
Uh-huh.
but a lot of people don't use it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
What about you, Dr. Logan? Do you use the public transit in Qatar?
I don't use it a lot, to be honest, but we do have like a subway or a metro system, and then we have buses. And a nice thing that Qatar did is all of the buses are electric buses.
Electric buses.
Yeah.
That's really nice compared to like gas buses.
Yeah.
I would agree.
And they're starting to put more battery stations for cars.
Oh.
They just opened the first Tesla showroom.
Really?
So yeah,
They have like electric car charging
Yeah,
stations
yeah.
around Qatar.
it's increasing, but it's not. It's rare, but it's.
But
slowly-
it's there. But it's
slowly.
there. It's available.
I drive an electric car.
Really?
Yep.
I
Wait.
don't know.
You just knew? Really? You drive an electric car?
Where do you charge it?
Well, cool. In the gas stations, we have gas stations. It's called Buhud, and they have charging stations.
Or electric cars?
Yeah.
Same here.
But not every station, right?
Not every station.
Yeah, same here. Not every
Expanding.
station. Not every station has a electric car charging station, but it's available for people to use publicly. I would agree. What do you think of using an electric car? Because I never know about it. I never drive one or been in one. So, what do you think?
In many ways, it's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah, I mean, just the source of the energy is different.
Energy,
But you can charge at home. If you want to charge at home, it's easy. You can charge somewhere and take a coffee. It takes 20 minutes. The nice thing that we have in Qatar now is if you charge at a gas station, it's free.
Oh, it's free.
So they're encouraging people to
Buy electric car.
you can pay for gas or you can charge for free.
Yeah,
So they're creating
exactly.
incentives.
Okay, I have a question since I just found out.
Okay.
So, is it easy to find like charging stations, and does it take longer?
Good question. Now we have an app.
Oh.
It's called Tarshid, and you can find the nearest charging station to you.
Oh,
So
that's
they have
nice.
like in malls or gas stations or on the waterfront. You can find a station.
Waterfront, really?
Yep. And like you could park and go for a walk. And it depends on the car, but if you want to charge from, let's say, 30% to 80%, like 50% increase, it might take 20 to 25 minutes.
Oh, I thought we were going to say hours, so that's
No.
good. 20 to 25 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, you can take a coffee and come back and it's finished.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Out of your curiosity, your question has been answered. I also just knew that somebody drives, because it's so rare to see someone driving an electric car here.
Yeah.
Even though it's available, it can only be driven by like able people who are able to purchase an electric car, right? It's not so cheap as like gas cars here. So that's really new to me. That's really new information. And for you, it's driving an electric car. Maybe. What else have we done to reduce the impact of climate change in our area?
Something really cool. So basically, our university, Hamad Bin Khalifa, is an education city. So it's like a city filled with universities.
Oh, really?
Qatar Foundation tries so hard to be very eco-friendly. So I did my undergrad in Northwestern University, which is one of the universities in Qatar Foundation. The whole building is,
Made
I'm
up?
not sure, but like it's very eco-friendly. They also have a certificate that it's very eco-friendly. So like lights turn off and on automatically. Like
Oh,
if someone comes in, someone leaves, it closes. They have what else do you know more about the building?
Tram. Oh, the buildings, I'm not sure. But we have the tram.
But we have the tram also. Like so, they also do like days where you don't use you can't come in the city, like education city, with your car. So they have no car day.
Oh, we also have that in
Oh,
Pontianak.
really?
Every Sunday, yeah. It's called Car Free Day.
So how
Same.
do you walk to school?
No, on Sundays we don't go to school. You don't go to work on Sundays. So it's really your city or just like one area becomes a place where you can do your exercises or you can eat with your family. It's like a breakfast morning thing. Yeah.
Oh,
it's Car Free
interesting.
Day. Yeah.
So this is around the city. It's not just one area. Like
Sometimes it's around the cities, but sometimes, most of the time, it's just one area.
and then what if you use your car? Do you get fined? Or
No, there's always, because it's just one part of the city.
Yeah.
The other part can still be used and they can still get around.
okay.
So it's not really like the whole city, no car thing, but it's just like one part.
And do you close the areas?
Yes, we close
Okay.
the area. So it's really, you can use your car or you cannot use your car type of thing. I think it's really cool.
I think it's cool.
Thank you. And also, what we always do actually every week in this school is that we have trash bank. It's where at the end of the week, every Friday, one class collects all of their plastic bottles. They give it to the teacher, and the teacher give them cash back
Okay.
for their class money, something like that. What do you guys think?
We have something similar in Almira. If you put is it plastic bags?
And bottles.
Oh yeah, plastic bottles and bags. There's a machine outside the supermarket. So if you put the more plastic bags and plastic bottles, they give you credit to use in the supermarket.
Ah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think we should, Indonesia should really implement that. Because using plastic bottles and plastic bags is really common here. So I think by
Giving an incentive.
giving an incentive
Yeah.
to reduce it by giving credits or giving it back is so cool and should be implemented here. I think.
No, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And also, what else? I think I really want to ask you guys about teaching because you guys both, you're a student and he's also a professor, right? What do you guys think of when you first come in? Because this is a school, right? What do you guys think is the biggest difference between high school in Qatar and high school in Pontianak? Maybe the building, maybe the culture.
A lot.
A lot. You can mention a few, like the few moments that it's really memorable to you.
So I worked in a government school, and most government schools in Qatar look exactly the same.
Really?
They have the same structure where it's like in the middle is where you.
Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah.
Ah.
But indoor.
But so you guys are like roofed.
Yeah.
On top. Oh, it's like.
Because
that.
we can't.
Oh yeah. That makes sense because the sun is so hot.
Yeah. That's similar. It's segregated.
Between
like
men
and women. Yeah, in government.
In
Okay.
government school.
Yeah.
This is a government school.
Yeah. So in private it's different, a little bit different, but I'm talking about government, my experience,
Yes.
it's segregated. What else? There's a lot. If you ask me specifics, maybe I can share more.
Because in this school specifically, it's not segregated and we are open in the middle for the field, for the play field. I also, maybe on etiquettes. Like for example here, when we see a teacher, we have to greet them.
Yeah.
In Qatar too?
Yes.
But
Like-
how do you guys greet them?
When I come in, my students are expected to stand and say good morning, because I was teaching English, so they would say good morning, teacher. But Arabic, it would be Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. They have to stand.
Salam.
Yeah.
Here it's just, for example, if Dr. Logan, for example, if Dr. Logan were to be a teacher here and I see him walking down the halls, I would be just like, good morning, Dr. Logan, just like that. And then I walk past him, just like that. Yeah. Or more polite etiquette, it would be to, how to say this, like, I take his hand and then I say, and then I do this with his hand.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a form of salam here. It's a form of politeness and etiquette here.
Okay, nice. I've some people have done it.
Really?
When I visited the school, they did it. I'm so shy.
Yeah, really? In
Yeah.
high school too, they did it. High school to Mampawa.
I don't remember which school. I can't remember, but they did it.
Yeah, it's a form of etiquette and politeness.
We don't do it to teachers. We do it to family members. We usually kiss their hand.
Maybe because in school it's a public area and you've mentioned segregated, so maybe like that's one of the factors. But also, what do you think? What would be the difference between high school or maybe just school in general? School in Qatar versus school in Pontianak. That would be interesting, as you are a professor.
Well, Jawahar has more experience in schools than me.
Yes.
I'm in the university. But some differences. For government schools, the main language of instruction is Arabic. And they learn English as a subject. So that's one. And the government's also working in Arabic language.
Oh, okay.
So that's one difference. But most people, everywhere you go, generally you
Just-
hear a lot of English.
Yeah. Also, even in Qatar, it's really normal. It's the norm for people to speak in English. Generally,
Yeah.
It's mixed.
maybe you can.
Many
say,
people are bilingual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, everyone has to know the simple greetings and the simple tenses in English because it's in the curriculum.
Yeah.
It's like that.
But
So-
also Qatar is a very diverse country.
Yeah.
So you have people coming from all over the world to
Yeah.
live, work, study.
Yeah.
And the common language for many people is English.
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
I would say for Qataris, the most common second language would be English. But some, like for me, I feel like I'm really good at English. Some Qataris are really not. Like obviously everywhere.
It
let's say,
depends
yeah.
on the person, depends on the area.
And
maybe.
it depends on the education. I feel like a lot of people who went to government schools, they're better at Arabic, and people who went to private.
Better at English.
I went to private,
You went to private?
so Arabic is not that great.
So for you, you can say that you're better at speaking English more than Arabic.
100%.
Really, you think that way?
I know.
Oh, you know.
It's a fact.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not proud. I want to speak Arabic better, or like read, and I can speak it really well. But like writing and reading is a bit difficult.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
the same thing about everyone.
Yeah.
In Indonesia, also English is like almost everyone's second language. We can speak it, but it's harder to understand. Like I would know what you're saying, but to answer it, I don't know. Like I don't know what to say.
Okay, interesting. Because when I talk to people here, they speak English, but then when I talk to them,
Yeah,
I've noticed.
they can't really
Yeah, I've
answer,
noticed,
right?
yeah.
Because English isn't really teach that, like what you said. In private schools, it's a lot more common to see people who are better at speaking English,
Yeah.
more than when you see people who graduated government school, like they're less education.
Less educated.
Oh, no. Like they went to a government high school.
Okay.
It's normal to see people who are better at speaking Indonesia.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah, something similar like that actually. And also because you guys both, you mentioned that you were a teacher and you're also a professor. What is your favorite thing about teaching? Or maybe your least favorite thing?
I think my favorite thing is I get to work with the future leaders.
Ah, that's really nice. But that is true.
That is true.
Because you're making people, you're educating people.
Sometimes they're educating me.
Ah, that's really nice, yeah. Everybody learns together. We learn something different every day.
Yeah, I can agree. My favorite thing was my students.
Ah.
They were the best.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were.
How so?
I don't know. I felt like I was lucky to have taught them. Kind, polite, like full of life, talented, smart girls.
Oh.
Yeah, and like Dr. Logan said, you learn a lot from them. I didn't expect, because I taught grade 7, so they're really young, but I've learned so much from them, and I let them know. I'm like, I've learned so much from you, your mannerisms, the way they are. I don't know. That's the best thing. I'm gonna get emotional if I talk about my students.
Aw, that means you really love them.
I love them.
That's so cute. That's so cool of you
Yeah.
to actually
I think-
appreciate your students.
I think a lot of students need teachers that care and like give them support and love and
I would agree.
like cheer them on. I felt like I didn't have that
Ah, okay,
growing
okay.
up, like when I was in school. So I wanted to be that for my students.
You wanted to be that person.
Yeah, for
your
them.
students.
Yeah.
I heard that it's almost asar. You know?
Yeah.
Asar prayer? Yeah, it's almost asar prayer. So I think we can end this now. But before we end this, I want to know if you guys want to say a few words for our club, our AFLATEEN club. Do you guys want to? Maybe Dr. Logan?
Sure. Well, maybe I will say that we're joining you from HBKU, Hamad Bin Khalifa University, and we're both coming from the College of Public Policy.
Ah, public policy.
So some of the things that we do research on or we think about, it's not only the individual behaviors, like you mentioned the example of your Tumblr and so on,
Yeah.
but also changing the policies of society.
Oh, that's really cool. Public
Yeah.
policies,
Yep.
of course.
So if you thought about climate change, you could think, we talked about some of them, like incentivizing people to use electric vehicles.
Yes.
So we can, or waste management with plastic, if it should
Yeah.
be segregated.
Uh-huh.
So we can have all sorts of policies. Someone needs to do research to make sure that the policies are well designed and well implemented and well evaluated. And that's what we're doing in our college.
Oh.
So maybe if your listeners are interested, they can look up our university and our program.
Yes. Okay, that's really good. Okay. Actually, before we end this episode, I want to say that for this specific school club, our AFLATEEN Manta, we actually initiate the learning of the financial literacy. And one of the things that we did is that we turn household waste into products that we can sell. Like as you guys can see in front is that we have our red ginger powder that if you put hot water, it turns into red ginger water. And then we have our fruity hand sanitizer using eco enzyme. So really, we really learned from that, and we can sell those things for the financial literacy point. You guys want to try the hand sanitizer?
Sure.
Okay. My friend says that it smells like honey, so you guys will be the judge.
This is the fruity flavor.
Yeah, but it smells like honey in my opinion. Honey here at least.
Yeah, I think I can smell honey.
It's fruity.
It's fruity to you?
Yeah.
Would you agree on the fruity or the honey?
I think honey.
I think honey. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes some people think it's honey, some people think it's fruity, but at the end of the day, it's just hand sanitizer. It's just hand sanitizer, right? Okay. So to end this episode, I want to thank you guys for joining us today and for having me podcast episode with you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You were a great host. Really, really great. I promise.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Coming from you, thank you so much. And I want to thank everyone who are here today. Even though you guys can't
Thank
see,
you, everyone.
but there's a crew, there's a crowd, there's everyone who's worked. And again, it's such an honor to have you guys here. And I think that will be it for today's episode. I want to thank the viewer for joining us. And see you guys next time. Bye, guys.